everyone, this is Casper the Boy Diviner here again with another walkthrough of a new deck that I got, the Spirit Keeper's Tarot. This is by Benebell, and I'm a big fan of hers, so I would say this review may be a little biased. So to give you some context, this deck is the second edition, it's the Vitruvian edition. She does have a first deck that was purely in black and white, and this one is not purely black and white. You can see, firstly, the box itself is gorgeous. I love the box. Okay, this box is one of the best boxes I've got. It's matte, it's sturdy, and the design is so intricate. I've gotten I think a full astrological reading from her before, and it came like a thick book, and it was darker but also the same kind of design that I like. Alright, when you first receive the deck, you'll receive the certification of vital records on the bottom, and this is the one I got. So my deck's name is Memory, which is super ironic in a way, because when I was buying this deck and she said that she named every single deck, I was waiting for that super esoteric complicated name that I need to unpack, and yet I think somehow, you know, the universe is trying to tell me to just chill out, like you know, there's beauty in simplicity, and Memory is such a beautiful name, you know. So my deck is Memory. It comes with this little white book. I bought the deluxe edition, so I do have the book of maps all in e-book format. I live internationally, so Lulu's shipping is crazy. I'm printing in Singapore. Can be cheap, but it's not exactly super cheap too. Alright, and the box itself is so beautiful. She has all these little touches. You know, it's not just a plain white inside. I think everything is very intentional. It comes with a magnet as well, which I guess, you know, is for attraction. And I think she anointed every single deck on the outside over the plastic, which I already peeled off, but she also anointed these cards because they smell so good. The next thing I want to talk about is how beautiful the bags are. The blacks are not just a black, it's textured. I don't know if you can tell. It's a beautiful texture, and of course the design again. I just wish, you know, to be honest, like Benebell, I don't think you'll ever watch this walkthrough, but if you ever do hear this, I would love a deck with just these kind of abstractions, you know, that you have. You don't have to have figures in the first place, you just have all these intricate designs one by one. An Oracle deck would be great. Alright, so we can go into the deck. The gilding is good, but I don't know if you can tell from the video, one of my cards got majorly damaged, and it's the Archangel of Mysteries. So a big chunk of the gilding has come off, and I feel quite sad about that. Apart from that, all the sevens also got damaged here, I think you can tell. And this is probably because my deck somehow decided to travel the other way around to me. Instead of going through the normal way, it went through Switzerland, and I think maybe it was a bit violently shoved, and that's why the gilding came off for a few of them. I already emailed James, hoping he can maybe do a replacement for me. Not sure how that goes. I'll just wait for his response. As of now, it hasn't. If there's any update, I'll be sure to like pin it in a comment. Okay? So to get into the deck now. Alright, she has three full decks. The Initiate, the Seeker, and the Keeper. Alright. I haven't really gone too deep into reading the books or watching too much of the introductions. I've been pretty busy, but from what I know, the Initiate is for people who are like starting out on this path. People who are usually just asking for advice and things like that, they use the Seeker. And if you're looking to use this deck more of a spirit communication kind of deck, you use the Keeper. Alright. And in these cases, she recommends, I think, using them as significators instead of actually including them in the deck. So these are things I will keep in mind as I continue my studies with this deck. I think it's a deck that I do really want to study. Alright, I bought many of Benebell's courses. They're all good, but the thing is, my drive is so low. I think everyone's doing a depth year, and this year I'm doing a breadth year, so I've been focusing a lot of lessons that I can learn in person. Sorry for rambling, but I think this deck is really worth studying I really like the coloring. The reason why I didn't get the first edition is because the stark black and white kind of deterred me. Plus, it was so esoteric, it scared me. But this one felt like a more gentle deck, and that's why I decided to get it. Okay, the mages, the priestess. So one thing about the deck that I kind of slightly wish was changed a little is that I think she lined up all the tops to be the same together, right? But some of the images are bigger than the others, or to me, some of the, like this one, I feel like it was the text could be moved up a few pixels. I think that would give more of a better feeling, like the Emperor, if this was moved up a few pixels. I know maybe she would have to cut off a few pixels at the bottom of the image, but I think that's something I would more prefer because there is enough white space on the top. It's just a bit jarring to see it cut off like that at the bottom. Again, not sure if this is just my deck or everyone's deck, but from what I see here, I just wish there was shifted up just a tiny bit so that the space in between the image and the bottom of the card was more equal. The Holy See, the Lovers, the Chariot. This is my birth card. The Force, the Erudite, the Wheel of Life, Chancellor, the Outlaw. So again, the card stock is really good, it's so matte, and I can still feel like it will shuffle beautifully. I already cleansed the deck, so later I might want to try to do a quick test reading, but and test shuffling, but I can feel how good it is already. It's buttery smooth. So the quality is top notch, apart from the gilding that is less of the deck's fault than it's more of the delivery, just because you know, I'm international. I doubt if you're in US you'll suffer that kind of pain on your deck. The Angel, the Demon, the Tower. Do you see? This space here feels so much better. So you can see that the Tower is a few pixels shorter, and she starts them at the same point, but you know, she could have moved this a little higher because she kept the space between, you know, I'm sorry if I'm rambling about this, but yeah, just that few pixels up, I would have felt like it's already like a 99%. This is just the 1% nitpick. The Necromancer, the Warrior. I love that you know, the moon and the sun has changed to these figures. I feel like Benebell has created another world. This really feels like a legit world that she's created. The Apocalypse, the New World Order, the Ace of Scepters, Ace of Chalices, Secret Cinnabar, Ace of Swords, Bread of Life, Ace of Orbs, the Discerning One. So she includes the you know, the astrological sign and the Two of Chalices on top. So I'm not good with you know, planets and astrology, but I think this can be very useful for people with such correspondences, you know, that they nail down. And I wish I had enough less inertia in studying the astrology. Two of Swords, the Nocturne, Two of Orbs, the Politic, Three of Scepters, the Kindred, Three of Chalices, the Three of Swords, the Three of Orbs, and then we go to the Kings. So I think in Kabbalah, 1, 2s, and 3s are, you know, like the actual upper realm, and then everything else is just a reflection. So I think she put the first 3, and because Kings, Queens, and Knights in the Thoth tarot also are like beings from above. Only the princesses are grounded in practicality. She has put the court cards here along with the pages. I think she does have some reasons for that, and I really should start reading the book as soon as I can to learn more. The Archangel of Glory, the Archangel of Healing. I love that the kings are, again, all of them are non-binary, like how angels should be. The Archangel Commander, Archangel of Mysteries, poor damage card, the Golden Shield. These are the queens, the Ivory Shield, the Scarlet Shield, love the face here, and the Ebony Shield. And I think she also changed the knights in this version. The Shining Flame, the Shining Dew. Now they are just horses. Shining Winds, Shining Quarry. And then these are the pages. The Stronghold of Flame, she is gorgeous. The Stronghold of the Grail, the Stronghold of the Zephyrs, and the Stronghold of the Veil. Did I say the Veil twice? The Grail, sorry. So even though Benebell Wen is not like a professional artist, there's something really interesting in how she draws, you know. The Demiurge, 4 of Scepters, the 4 of Chalices, Convalescent, 4 of Swords, Conservator, 4 of Orbs. I love this. He is so pleased with himself. And again, I think you can tell if you study both systems that this is you know, a merging of both systems, Thoth and RWS. Contender, the Grotesque, 5 of Chalices. You know, what is he holding? I can't wait to find out. 5 of Swords, again a left-handed swordsman. I think you know, many left-handed swordsmen in this deck, and I'm left-handed myself. So you know, I ordered 2 decks, one for myself and one for a friend, Rowan Ong. And when the decks came, they were packed left and right, and I picked the left one. So I just picked the left one, and sadly it was the one that was slightly damaged. His deck was fine, but also it was the one with the simple name. So I think, you know, it does say something. His one is more esoteric. The Vagabond, the Champion, the Memory Keeper, the Ferryman. I think this reminds me of the River Styx, the Giver, the Dark Horse, the Corruptor. The pig always makes me feel so, like, it's so cute. The pig, the Rogue. Is he defending her? Is he cutting off her hair? Who knows? The Gardener. I love this deck. I love this card. I was just thinking about it earlier when I was cleansing the cards. This was one of the ones that caught my eye. Like how contemplative she is compared to the one in RWS where he's just staring and waiting. It's so different, and I don't know if the meaning has changed. The Sharpshooter, the Defector. So this is the 8 of Chalices. I think this is also on the Force's body. So there are callbacks throughout all the decks, and I think she explains them in her videos. The Captor, the Journeyman, another one that I really like. The Malayas, the Wish Granted. I like this also because I can't wait to find out. You know, I should know all these through study, but I don't. I like that the 9 of Hearts is usually the Wish card, and this is the Wish Granted when it's the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Swords, the Eminence, the Burdened One, the Joyous One, the Destroyer. She has 3 faces. You know, 3-faced Guanyin. The Dynasty. Generations. So like one of the, I just really like how this deck feels. Like really, when it's in your hands, looking at how textured the back is and things like that, you know that this is a luxury deck. It feels so good holding it in your hands. Like I thought I might regret getting this deck. Like I know she says don't feel the FOMO and don't buy it just because of the FOMO, but honestly, like I'm such a big fan of Benebell Wen. I had to spend money to get this deck. It wasn't exactly like super affordable, but again she helpfully has a breakdown of, you know, how much she's actually making from the deck, which is so interesting. I think no other deck creator would do that. I'm also very tempted to get her course on creating, being a deck creator. Oh, it shuffles beautifully. So I don't regret this at all. Once I received the deck and once I opened it, I knew like this was a deck that I think was very worth the money. Like legit. Oh, it's a bit stiff, which is okay. I think I shall not riffle shuffle it too much. I don't want to damage the deck or it is gilding. Okay. And let's just do a quick test reading. I'll just lay out maybe like the cards, like Spirit Keepers Tarot. Do you have anything to say to everyone? What's your first message to the world? You know? What's your first message to the world? The shadow card at the bottom. Alright. This deck will help with balancing the esoteric with the realities of the world. The deck wants you to explore what you've already built and then learn how to make more. And the deck also, memory, wants to help with, you know, the pursuit of emotions, including romance. So interesting. I will probably do more work with it. I did see some specific readings that Benebell Bank created for it, like the Keepers reading and things like that. I think I do want to work more with the Keepers. Oh, and look at me being a fool. I didn't. That wasn't a pun. That wasn't a pun intended. But I left all the card zeros in the deck when I should be taking it out and using it as a signifier. So I guess I'll look through and find it later on. Okay, I really hope this walkthrough helped. I think Benebell still has some decks left. You can always go and see if you want to get it from her. Alright? You guys have a great rest of the day. Take care. Bye!